In the enchanted halls of Ortigia Royal Academy of Magic, we find our protagonist, Alto Goldfield, grappling with the disappointment of failing his summoning exam. The looming threat of being unable to progress to the second year hangs over him if he fails to form a contract with a familiar by the next day. Alto's childhood friend, the charming Lilia, can't help but be concerned. Lilia is taken aback when she learns that despite Alto's perfect grades in every class, he might remain in the first year. Alto reassures her, expressing determination to make one last attempt before the deadline. Seeking guidance, he ventures into the library where fate takes a whimsical turn. As Alto delves into the mystical texts, a book abruptly falls from the shelf, meeting his head with an unexpected thud. Surprisingly, it's not just any book. Intrigued, Alto takes the mysterious tome home and embarks on the summoning ritual it contains. What unfolds is beyond his imagination. A naked demon girl named Vermeil emerges. A contract is forged with a kiss, though Alto remains resolute in the face of her attempts at seduction, insisting that she clothe herself. Confused by why a demon would choose to serve him, given their history of wreaking havoc on humans, Alto learns from Vermeil that she was sealed within the book. Alto's potent magic set her free, and in gratitude, Vermeil decides to serve him. The following day, she conceals her demonic features to pass as human, but skepticism arises among the teachers due to the absence of records depicting humans with demon familiars. Vermeil cleverly dispels doubts by revealing her magic crest, leading the teacher to acknowledge her as Alto's familiar. Meanwhile, Lilia harbors jealousy as she observes the developing bond between Alto and Vermeil. In class, Vermeil sits affectionately on Alto's lap, drawing the attention of their peers. Post-class, Lilia approaches Alto, expressing her displeasure with Vermeil and challenging them to a duel. The terms are set. If Lilia wins, Vermeil must stay away from Alto, but if Alto emerges victorious, Lilia must obey one command. Their duel takes them to a sky platform, broadcast to the entire student body. Lilia summons her familiar, Sylphide, combining her victory magic to launch a formidable attack on Alto. As the dust settles, Vermeil intervenes with magic that induces a surprising reaction from Lilia. Alto emerges triumphant, prompting him to command Lilia to befriend Vermeil. Vermeil, seizing the opportunity, reveals Lilia's romantic feelings for Alto, a revelation he finds hard to believe. A kiss follows, with Vermeil explaining the necessity of replenishing her mana to avoid disappearing. She attempts further seduction, but Alto insists a kiss suffices. The next day, the duo attracts attention as they walk to school. A sudden dragon rampage is halted by Vermeil's effortless intervention, sending the creature soaring into the sky. The principal welcomes the students to the second year, with Vermeil unwittingly captivating the boys' attention. Trouble brews as the owner of the defeated dragon, along with his older brother Rex, seeks revenge on Vermeil. In a moment of distraction, Alto traps them in a crystal prison. However, Rex, a fifth-year student, summons a formidable dinosaur, breaking free from the confines of the magical prison. A tense confrontation ensues as Rex commands his familiar to attack. However, Vermeil intervenes, surging Alto's mana and enabling him to unleash a powerful crystal magic attack that ultimately defeats Rex. As they return home, Vermeil inquires about Alto's desires. His aspiration is clear. He wants to become a great magician, surpassing the conventional ranks of bronze, silver, and gold, aiming for the elusive platinum rank. Vermeil wholeheartedly supports his dream, pledging her assistance. The following day, they join forces with Lilia and meet their friends Marcus and Charles. Marcus, hailing from a noble family, commends Alto for besting the fifth-year students. Their teacher appears, announcing that the headmaster has summoned them. The headmaster reveals that one of them will be chosen as the student representative and issues a special test, retrieving the fairy flower from the forest. Marcus, eager to prove himself, rushes off but faces a perilous encounter with a man-eating plant. Charles remains behind to assist him. Meanwhile, The others press on with their quest, spotting the flower atop the mountain guarded by Cerberus. Lilia concocts a plan involving an invisibility potion, intending to sneak past Cerberus. Unfortunately, the potion doesn't affect her clothes, leading to a comical predicament. Despite the mishap, Lilia attempts to fulfill her mission. Alto distracts Cerberus while instructing Lilia to gather flowers. Vermeil descends from above, unleashing her demonic powers in a spectacular explosion. Lilia manages to retrieve the flower, admitting defeat and offering it to Alto. However, exhausted and embarrassed, she drops the flower, and a gust of wind sends it into Charolles' hands. Ultimately, Charolles emerges as the victorious class representative, met with congratulations from her peers. On their way to school, Vermeil experiences the joy of tasting crepes for the first time. Having been sealed for centuries, modern food is a newfound delight for her. As they gaze at the sky, the students express admiration for Chris, the leader of the Dragon Riders. Marcus shares anecdotes about Chris's extraordinary accomplishments, not only leading the Dragon Riders, but also holding a position in the student council and being one of the 7 gold-ranked students in the school. Alto is amazed by Chris's achievements, hoping to emulate the student council president, rumored to be close to achieving a platinum rank. Vermeil, with a touch of mischief, assures him it's possible while playfully choking him. Lilia intervenes, sparking the usual banter between them. Alto urges them to keep it down to avoid trouble with the student council. As they continue their walk, the student council appears before them, and Chris, the enigmatic leader, fixes her gaze on Vermeil, intrigued by her presence. Meanwhile, news of Rex's defeat at the hands of Alto reaches Chris, leading her to confront Rex, a confrontation that results in an embarrassing revelation for him. With Rex's familiar turning out to be a mere dinosaur instead of a formidable dragon, Chris, the leader of the Dragon Riders, took swift action to expel him from the prestigious group. Infuriated by this, she unleashed her fury on Rex, resulting in his hospitalization. Hearing about Rex's condition, Alto decided to pay him a visit, gaining insight into the aftermath of the confrontation. As Alto and Vermeil headed to the dueling platform, news of Rex's defeat reached Chris, prompting her to confront the duo. Despite offering Alto a chance to step back from the impending duel, they remained resolute in their decision to face Chris. The tension escalated as Chris summoned her formidable familiar, a dragon. Alto unleashed his crystal attack, impressing Chris with his prowess. However, she effortlessly countered his assault with a single blast of her magic. Undeterred, Alto persisted, launching a barrage of large crystals at Chris. The clash resulted in a massive explosion, leaving Alto relieved that the intense duel was seemingly over. Yet, to their surprise, Chris, astride her majestic dragon, proclaimed the superiority of dragons over all other creatures. Commanding fireballs from above, she posed a significant threat. In the face of this onslaught, Vermeil shielded Alto, urging him to build up his mana and determined to prove Chris wrong. Amidst the chaos, as Chris continued her relentless assault, Alto hatched a daring plan. Utilizing the crystal shards conjured by Vermeil, he propelled himself towards Chris before she could react. In a spectacular turn of events, Alto emerged victorious in the duel, showcasing his resilience and strategic prowess.